Picture this. You're alone in a dark room. No noise. No movement. Just you and your thoughts. And that voice inside your head, it's not cheering for you. It's not telling you you're great. It's whispering something else entirely. You can't do this. Let me tell you something most people run from. Pain is part of the process. You want to be mentally strong? Then stop praying for an easy life. Stop waiting for the storm to pass and start learning how to dance in the rain. Because strength, real, unshakable, undeniable strength, isn't built on the sunny days. It's built when the clouds roll in, when the winds howl, when everything you thought you could count on gets ripped away. That's where the fire starts. Now hear me, life will test you. That's not a threat. That's a promise. You're going to get knocked down. You're going to lose things, people, opportunities, maybe even parts of yourself. But that's not the end of you. That's the beginning of something deeper. You ever watch how trees grow in storms? The winds come, and those roots don't panic. They dig deeper. They hold on. They bend, but they don't break. That's mental strength. See, most people think pressure is the enemy. Pressure makes them panic, makes them run. But pressure is the blessing in disguise. Pressure is proof that something greater is being forged inside you. No diamond ever came from comfort. It came from heat, from crushing weight, from time and transformation, and you're no different. You ever been in a moment where everything went wrong, all at once? Where your heart got shattered, your plans fell apart, and people turned their backs? That's the moment. That's the fire. That's where strength begins. When you're staring at the wreckage, and something inside you still whispers, "Get up," and it's not loud. Strength doesn't scream, it doesn't show off. It whispers in silence, in tears, in the lonely moments, in the quiet decision to keep showing up even when nobody sees you. That's where you grow. Think about every person you admire, every champion, every leader, every warrior. You think they got there by chance? You think they were handed a golden ticket? No, they were built by battles you never saw. They were shaped by nights they cried themselves to sleep, then woke up and did it anyway. They didn't run from the storm, they walked into it. There's a story behind every strong mind, a season of struggle behind every strong soul. You don't get to be powerful without pain. You don't get resilience without resistance. And some of you, let's be real, you've been running from the very thing that's supposed to make you. You've been avoiding discomfort, hiding from hard conversations, quitting before it gets real. But what if I told you that the very thing you're avoiding is the thing that will set you free? Pressure reveals you. It doesn't lie. It shows you who you are. It shows you what you believe. And it gives you a choice: fold or rise. You want to know how to become mentally strong? You stop looking at the storm as punishment, and you start seeing it as preparation. That job that didn't call you back, that person who broke your heart, that moment when you lost and everyone watched, that's not the end. That's the shaping. That's the sculpting. That's the resistance you need to grow. It's easy to look strong when nothing's going wrong. But real strength shows up when nothing is going right, and you still keep going. You don't beg for fewer problems. You train for greater endurance. You don't pray for the load to get lighter. You get stronger shoulders. Because one day, someone's going to look at you, at your peace, your power, your presence, and they'll wonder how you got that way. And you'll smile, not because it was easy, but because you faced the storm. You stood in the middle of the chaos and refused to bow. You didn't crumble under pressure. You transformed because of it. People will doubt you. Life will challenge you. But don't ever forget, the strongest steel is forged in the hottest fire. You're being refined, not ruined. And right now, you might be in a season that feels too heavy, too loud, too much. But I need you to understand something. This season is not here to destroy you. It's here to reveal what's been hiding in you all along. Grit, grace, fire, fight, purpose. You've got more in you than you've even scratched the surface of. So stop looking at storms like setbacks. They're setups. They're proving grounds. Every storm you survive adds another layer to your strength, another chapter to your story. And the world needs your story. The world needs your example. Someone out there is waiting to see how you rise, so they can believe they can too. Pressure builds power. Storms don't break the mentally strong. They awaken them. So next time life pushes, don't panic. Push back. You're not good enough. You'll never make it. Now let me ask you a question. What do you do when the fight isn't out there? It's in here. Because truth is, life won't always throw punches you can dodge. Some hits land, some failures sting, some betrayals cut deep. And the worst wounds, they're invisible. They don't bleed, they bruise the mind, the spirit. But listen carefully, that battle in your head, that war you think you're losing, it's not over. In fact, it hasn't even started. You see, we talk a lot about physical strength in this world, about looking tough, acting strong, standing tall. But what happens when your muscles can't carry the weight? When the world gets heavy and your knees buckle, that's when mental strength steps in. You ever wonder why some people survive hell and still smile? Why some folks walk through fire and don't smell like smoke? It's not magic. It's not luck. It's mindset. It's grit. It's that quiet, unshakable belief that no matter what life throws at you, you will not break. Now, you're not here by accident. Maybe something brought you to this moment. A setback, a loss, a silent scream behind a brave face. Or maybe, just maybe, you're tired of being your own worst enemy. If that's you, good. Because today isn't about hype. It's not about noise. It's about truth. The kind that gets under your skin and stays there. We're going to talk about becoming mentally strong. Not kind of strong. Not sometimes strong. Unshakable. Unbreakable. Unstoppable. And by the time we're done here, you won't be asking for strength anymore. You'll know you've had it all along. It's loud out there. Everybody's talking, telling you who you should be, what you should want, what you're doing wrong. And if the outside world wasn't loud enough, the voice in your own head starts to echo those doubts. That quiet whisper becomes a constant hum. You're not good enough. You're not ready. What if you fail? What will they think? That voice? It's a liar. And if you don't learn how to silence it, it'll steal everything from you. Your peace, your power, and eventually, your purpose. You've got a dream inside you. Maybe it's a big one. Maybe it scares you. Maybe it's something you've buried for years because life got in the way. But deep down, it's still there, flickering like a flame that refuses to die. And yet every time you get close to chasing it, the noise gets louder. And the saddest part, most people don't quit because they're incapable. They quit because they believe the noise more than they believe in themselves. You see, doubt doesn't always scream. Sometimes it shows up in little ways. Procrastination, perfectionism, second guessing. It disguises itself as caution. It pretends to protect you, but it's not protecting you. It's caging you. And the cage isn't locked by your critics. It's locked by your inner dialogue. You've got to understand something. Not every thought that enters your mind is truth. Your brain is built to protect you, not to push you. It's wired to seek comfort, avoid risk, and keep you safe. But safe doesn't get you the life you want. Safe doesn't build legacy. Safe doesn't fulfill purpose. So if you're waiting for the fear to disappear before you start, you'll be waiting forever. Because the noise won't go away, not by itself. You have to shut it down. How? You stop feeding it. Every time you say, I can't, you reinforce the lie. Every time you compare yourself to someone else's highlight reel, you strengthen the doubt. Every time you wait for approval, for permission, for someone else to validate your worth, you turn the volume up. But here's the shift. You don't need to kill the dream to quiet the doubt. You need to kill the doubt to live the dream. And that starts by getting intentional about what you allow into your mind, what you read, what you listen to, who you surround yourself with. Every voice you allow in your space is either building your belief or breaking it down. You got to choose. Will you be led by fear or fueled by purpose? You can't serve both. When you silence the noise, you start to hear something else, your own voice, the voice of the real you, the one that remembers who you are, the one that doesn't need approval to breathe, the one that doesn't need to be perfect to show up. That voice is still there, buried under layers of fear, shame, and old stories that no longer serve you. But to hear it, you got to be still. You got to unplug from the chaos long enough to remember your power. And no, this isn't about ignoring reality. It's about taking control of your reality. Because reality says you've made it through every storm so far. Reality says you've got more strength than you think. Reality says every time you doubted yourself but took the step anyway, you grew. You've got evidence. Look back at the moments you almost quit, but didn't. The times you showed up, even when you were scared. That wasn't luck. That wasn't someone else's push. That was you. That was the quiet voice that said, keep going, even if it trembled, even if it whispered. That voice is your truth. That voice is your anchor. The noise will tell you you're not ready. But ready isn't a feeling, it's a decision. The noise will say you'll fail, but failure is just a teacher in disguise. The noise will scream that you're too late, too old, too broken, too different. Lies. All of it. You were made for this. You don't have to shout over the noise. You don't have to prove anything. You just have to stop believing the lie that your doubts define you. They don't. They're just echoes of old fear. And every time you show up despite that fear, every time you take action while the voice is trying to stop you, it gets quieter. You reclaim a little more space, a little more strength, a little more belief. You don't need to eliminate every doubt to move forward. You just need to believe in something stronger. Your mission, your why, your calling. That's what kills doubt. Not noise, not validation. Purpose. Because when your purpose is louder than your fear, nothing can stop you. So take the step, start the project, speak the truth, make the call, write the words, build the thing, chase the dream. And if the noise starts rising again, smile, because now you know the truth. You don't need to silence the world. You just need to stop letting it speak louder than your heart. Let me leave you with this. You will be tested. Life will try you. People will misunderstand you. Doubt will creep in. Fear will knock on your door more than once. And yes, pain will come. But so what? You are not here to be comfortable. You are here to be unbreakable. The world doesn't need another person who plays small, who stays quiet, who folds when pressure rises. The world needs you, awake, alert, alive, and aligned with something bigger than survival. Something deeper than success. Something real. Mental strength isn't about pretending nothing hurts. It's about feeling everything and still choosing to rise. It's waking up with fire in your chest, clarity in your mind, and steel in your spine. It's knowing who you are, even when the world tries to tell you otherwise. It's the quiet courage to keep going when nothing around you makes sense, because you know the mission is bigger than the moment. This isn't about hype. This is about legacy, about refusing to die with your potential still inside you, about showing the next generation what it looks like to walk through storms with your head high and your purpose in. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be resilient. You just need to keep showing up, keep building, keep believing. You silence the noise, you conquer your mind, you turn pain into purpose. You stay standing when everything in you says fall. And in doing so, you become something rare. You become mentally strong, not just for you, but for every soul watching you, hoping for proof that it's possible. So let your life be that proof. Now go, and don't look back. Pain is part of the deal. No one escapes it. Not the rich, not the strong, not the kind-hearted, not the ambitious. Pain is the price tag life attaches to growth, to truth, to greatness. But here's the question that separates the people who rise from the people who fold. What are you going to do with that pain? You can run from it, you can numb it, you can let it harden you, or you can use it. You can build something with it, something bigger than you, something that lasts long after you're gone. See, pain by itself has no meaning. It's just suffering. But when you attach it to purpose, it becomes fuel. It becomes fire. It becomes a reason to keep moving when quitting would be easier. Pain can bury you, or it can build you. The difference is what you attach it to. Most people spend their lives trying to avoid pain. They want comfort. They want the easy road. But legacy isn't built on easy. It's built on sacrifice. It's built on choosing what matters most over what feels good now. It's built on waking up with a mission that burns hotter than your excuses. And when you live with purpose, real purpose, pain doesn't go away, but it stops controlling you. You stop seeing it as a wall, and you start seeing it as a doorway. You've got to ask yourself, what do I want to leave behind? Not just in terms of money or achievements, but in terms of impact. Who gets better because I lived? Who gets inspired because I didn't quit? Who finds their strength because I stood in mine? That's legacy. And legacy isn't something you stumble into. It's something you decide to build. One choice at a time. It's saying no to things that feel good, but lead nowhere. It's saying yes to the hard things that shape you. It's showing up when it hurts, when you're tired, when you're doubted, when the applause stops and the lights dim. Because legacy isn't loud in the beginning. It's quiet. It's built in silence, in discipline, in pain, in choosing faith over fear when nobody's watching. But here's what's wild. Your greatest pain might be the exact thing that unlocks your purpose. That betrayal, that loss, that breakdown, that failure, it might just be the thing that shapes your message, your mission, your movement. The world doesn't need more perfect people. It needs more real ones. More people who aren't afraid to turn their pain into something powerful. Your scars don't make you weak. They make you relatable. They make you trustworthy. They make you human. You've been through things that could have broken you. And maybe they did for a moment. Maybe you fell. Maybe you lost yourself. But you're still here. And now you get to decide, will that pain just be something that happened to you? Or will it be something that works through you to help others rise? Purpose doesn't mean you won't cry. It means you'll keep walking even while the tears fall. Purpose doesn't erase the pressure. It gives you a reason to endure it. And don't get it twisted. This isn't about hustle. This isn't about grinding until you collapse. This is about direction. This is about knowing why you wake up, why you fight, why you refuse to settle. Pain is temporary. Purpose is eternal. When you live with purpose, you stop making decisions based on emotion, and you start making decisions based on vision. You stop reacting and start leading. You stop chasing comfort and start chasing meaning. You become a person who doesn't just survive the fire, you learn how to carry it, to light the way for others with it. Legacy means you don't just live for today. You live for what comes after. You live for your name to be tied to something that matters. Maybe it's your family. Maybe it's your art. Maybe it's the way you lead. Maybe it's the way you love. But whatever it is, it's bigger than you. And that's what makes the pain worth it. Not because pain is good, but because you didn't let it go to waste. You turned it into wisdom. You turned it into courage. You turned it into something people will feel, even after you're gone. That's power. That's purpose. So when the pain comes, and it will, don't just ask, why me? Ask, what now? Don't look for a way out. Look for a way through. Use it. Channel it. Shape it into something solid. Build a legacy that outlives you. A legacy built on resilience, on integrity, on impact. Let your life echo long after your voice is gone. Let people say, they didn't just live, they made us better. That's the real goal. Not likes, not trophies, not comfort. Impact. So go ahead. Take your pain. Take your story. Take every broken piece and build something eternal with it. Build something that lives far beyond your name. Purpose over pain. Every time. They counted you out, didn't they? Maybe they thought you'd break, that you'd fall and stay down, that you'd quit, disappear. Let the weight of the world crush you. Maybe they even said it to your face. Or maybe it wasn't words. Maybe it was silence. The kind that speaks louder than anything. The kind that says, I don't believe in you, but you're still here. You're still standing. And maybe you're not standing tall right now. Maybe you're bruised. Maybe you're limping. Maybe you've been through hell and you're holding yourself together with threads. But the fact that you're still breathing, still fighting, still showing up, that's resilience. And that's the real flex. See, this world's obsessed with appearance, with the highlight reel, with pretending everything is perfect. Muscles, cars, followers, that's the currency of surface level strength. But none of that matters when life hits you in the gut and you can't breathe. When the people you trusted walk away. When the dream you worked so hard for slips through your fingers. When the only thing keeping you from falling apart is the choice to keep going. That's where real strength is revealed. Not in what you can lift, but in what you can carry and keep carrying. Day after day. With no applause, no spotlight, no one clapping for you. Just the quiet decision that you will not quit. Resilience isn't loud. It doesn't need to be. It's not about being unbreakable. It's about being unshakable. Life will bend you, stretch you, challenge everything you thought you knew about yourself. But resilience says, I may bend, but I won't snap. I may fall, but I will rise. And let's be honest, some days rising is the hardest thing you'll ever do. It takes courage to get up when everything in you says, stay down. It takes faith to believe in something better when you can't see the light. But that's the fire resilience is forged in. It's not about avoiding the struggle. It's about learning to endure it, to face it, to grow through it. Some of the strongest people you'll ever meet won't look like warriors. They've just mastered the art of survival. They've taken every scar, every failure, every heartbreak, and built something from it. That kind of strength can't be bought, can't be taught. It has to be earned in the shadows, in the lonely places, in the seasons where everything goes quiet and you wonder if anyone sees your pain, your effort, your fight. But you keep going. And that's what makes you dangerous. Because when you've been through the fire and you come out the other side, not perfect, not untouched, but still moving, you become unstoppable. Not because you're invincible, but because you've proven to yourself that you can survive. And when you know that, truly know that, there's not much the world can throw at you that will shake your foundation. That's what resilience gives you. It gives you roots, deep ones. It makes you grounded. And when the storms of life come, and they will come, you don't get blown away. You may sway, but you stay planted. Think about the moments in your life that shaped you the most. Were they easy? Were they comfortable? Or were they painful? Were they the nights you couldn't sleep? The seasons you cried in silence? The days you had to fight just to keep your mind above water? Now think about who you became because of those moments. Stronger, wiser, more grounded. You didn't just survive. You transformed. That's what resilience does. It doesn't just protect you, it builds you. It teaches you how to carry pain without becoming bitter, how to lose without giving up, how to stand even when you feel broken. Because staying standing doesn't mean you're untouched. It means you've made peace with the pain. You've decided that even though it hurt, it won't define you. Even though it was hard, it won't stop you. People will see your strength and think it came easy. They won't know the nights you wanted to give up. They won't see the tears, the doubt, the mental battles. And that's okay, because your strength isn't for show. It's for you, to remind yourself that you've already faced worse and you came through. You're still here, still standing. And when the next storm comes, because it will, you'll face it differently. Not because it's easier, but because you're tougher. Because now you know what you're made of. So stand tall, even if your legs shake. Even if your voice trembles. Even if the world doesn't understand the weight you carry. Stand tall because you've earned that right. And when someone else is going through their storm, when they feel like they can't take another step, they'll look at you. Not because you're flashy or loud, but because you're steady. You're proof that resilience is real, that it's possible. That staying standing is the real flex. Always has been, always will be. Everybody wants success. Everybody wants peace. Everybody wants freedom. But very few people are willing to pay the real price for it. Not money, not luck. Discipline. You hear that word, and some people flinch. They think it means restriction, punishment, missing out. But they've got it backward. Discipline isn't a prison, it's the key. It's the gatekeeper to everything you've ever wanted. And without it, you'll always be chasing peace you never quite catch. Success that slips through your fingers, and dreams that stay just out of reach. Let's get one thing clear. The world doesn't owe you comfort. It doesn't care how you feel. Life isn't waiting for you to feel motivated. It's not pausing for you to be in the right mood. You want something, you show up, tired, afraid, unmotivated, unsure, and you do the work anyway. That's discipline. It's not about feeling like it. It's about deciding to do it regardless. Because your mind will lie to you. It'll tell you to sleep in when you need to get up. It'll say, you can skip this one time. When that one time becomes a habit, it'll make you soft, and softness is not your birthright. Strength is. But strength takes training, mental training, emotional training, daily rep. And I get it. Discipline isn't flashy. It's not the before and after photo on your screen. It's not the viral clip or the applause. It's quiet. It's early mornings when no one sees you. It's late nights when everyone else has tapped out. It's making the hard choice again and again until it becomes who you are. You want to win the game out there? Then win it in here first, in your mind, because everything begins there. Every win, every loss, every delay, every breakthrough. Your mind is the battlefield. And the enemy isn't always failure. Sometimes it's comfort. Comfort says, take it easy. Discipline says, keep going. Comfort says, you've done enough. Discipline says, you're just getting started. Comfort wants you to coast. Discipline wants you to conquer. And here's the truth most people won't say out loud. If you don't control your mind, someone else will. The algorithm will. The expectations will. Fear will. And every day, you give in to the pull of distraction, procrastination, laziness. You hand your life over to things that don't care about your potential. There's no peace in that, only regret. But when you start living with discipline, real discipline, you take your power back. You set the tone. You decide how your day goes. You tell your body when to get up, when to move, when to focus. You command your emotions. You don't become a robot. You become a warrior. You don't become cold. You become clear. You stop being reactive and start being intentional. And that right there, that's freedom. People think freedom is doing whatever you want, whenever you want. That's not freedom. That's chaos, dressed up as choice. Real freedom is being in control of yourself, of your time, of your attention, of your future. Discipline gives you that control. Discipline says, I don't chase feelings, I follow principles. It builds confidence, not the fake kind that needs compliments or applause, the quiet kind that shows up when no one's watching and says, I trust myself. Because when you keep promises to yourself, when you show up consistently, when you do the work, day in and day out, you stop doubting who you are. You stop second guessing. You stop explaining your worth to people who aren't even listening. You start walking different, speaking different, thinking different. Not because you're better, but because you're focused. And make no mistake, focus is rare in a world that's addicted to distraction. But you're not here to be like everyone else. You're not here to scroll your life away or live for temporary highs. You're here to build something, to become something. And becoming requires discipline. So maybe today's not easy. Maybe you're tired. Maybe you're not seeing results yet. But understand this. Every time you choose discipline, you plant a seed. And it might take weeks, months, years, but those seeds grow. They bloom into opportunity, into clarity, into strength you didn't know you had. You don't rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your habits. And habits are built by discipline, not desire. So next time your mind says skip the workout, stay in bed, put it off, take the shortcut. You look it dead in the eye and say, I run this. You don't need to feel like it. You just need to do it. Over and over, until the doing becomes part of you. That's how you conquer the mind. That's how you earn freedom. Not by wishing for it, by working for it. Discipline is the bridge between who you are and who you're meant to be. So cross it every day, no matter how you feel, because you were never meant to be average. You were meant to be excellent, and excellence demands discipline.